It's the Weather Xtreme video. This is for Monday, January 5th, the morning edition. This week, the attention turns from thunderstorms to Arctic air. It's going to get really cold in here mid to late week. We'll get in there and talk about the details. Let's go. This is where we stand this morning. You can see a big trough is carving out over the eastern U.S., and that's pulling down colder air today. But the really cold stuff gets in here Wednesday and Thursday. Starting off the day in the 30s for the most part, Birmingham at 36. We're not going to see much of a climb today. Highs only in the low 40s for most locations. But around the United States, goodness, it's cold up on the Canadian border. I mean, it's brutal with temperatures down in the minus 20 degree bracket near the Canadian border. We've got low wind chill indices. And an Alberta clipper coming down the line. That's going to bring some snow in a swath from Montana down to Ohio. We have winter storm warnings and winter weather advisories in that zone, including places like Des Moines, Chicago, and Indianapolis. But the one thing about us down here, we're not going to worry about thunderstorms, rain, snow, or ice this week. It's a dry forecast, high confidence in that through Saturday morning. This is the expected accumulating snow over the next 24 hours, valid from 6 o'clock Central Time this morning until 6 o'clock Central Time tomorrow morning. And that's a classic-looking clipper pattern there. All right, model fans, how cold is it going to get this week? Let's discuss. This is the GFS, valid today at noon at 500 millibars. And you can see that the pattern beginning to amplify, and down below that, a fairly cold high is near Memphis. And the sky should be mostly sunny today. Both the GFS and the NAM are printing a high of 42 for Birmingham. And that's about 12 degrees below average for this date. But tomorrow we go back to where we should be with mid-50s. The sky will be sunny. We start the day in the upper 20s. And again, the high 54, 55, something like that. That will be the most comfortable day of the week. Wednesday, the pattern continues to amplify. Eastern trough is digging, the western ridge is pumping, and down below that, that's a 1,056 millibar high. That is over South Dakota. Yikes. And the pressure gradient starts to tighten up. We'll see howling north winds of 12 to 25, maybe gusting up to 30 or 35, and we won't get out of the 30s. The GFS printing a high of 38. The sky will be partly sunny. There could be a flurry in Tennessee, but the air down here is bone dry. But again, the winds will just cut you in half. The wind chill index most of the day Wednesday will be below freezing. Speaking of wind chill indices, here's a look at the numbers coming off the parallel GFS at midnight Wednesday night. And you can see wind chill indices below zero across the Tennessee Valley and close to zero down this way. And those numbers speak for themselves. And then Thursday, the wind dies down, but it's going to be a very cold day. These are the anomalies, temperature anomalies for Thursday morning at 6 o'clock. The bigger values are over Chicago and Indianapolis, and that's 30 to 40 degrees below average. They might have a day where they stay below zero all day up there. Now, here's a look at the projected lows for us coming off the parallel GFS early Thursday. It's got Cullman and Huntsville in the single digits. Birmingham, Tuscaloosa, Anniston, Gadsden, mostly between 10 and 15. Whatever. I don't know if you can tell the difference between 9 and 12. But make preparations now for a hard freeze with this deal. And again, all day Thursday, we stay below freezing all day. But the good news, this brutally cold air won't stick around for long. We'll go ahead and show you the ensemble temperature numbers. And, Wednesday and Thursday, both those days just brutally cold. Coldest morning, Thursday morning. But after that, we warm up. Now, I'm not going to promise you, we wear flip-flops here, but highs go back in the 40s for the following weekend and some low 50s later in the month. Still, all this is below average. Remember, where we are in January, we should be in the 50s during the day, 30s at night. Those are the average values. This is Friday. We're dry. Not as cold. Chance we'll see a high in the low 40s. And Friday morning is going to be cold. We're going to be deep in the teens, I think, Friday morning. This is Saturday as the weekend begins. Should be a dry day. Highs in the upper 40s. Little wave around the Rio Grande, producing rain over parts of Texas. And then this is Sunday. The heights are coming up, and that little wave could squeeze out some rain, perhaps Saturday night or Sunday. It doesn't look like a big rain event, but something we'll need to mention. Maybe a few periods of light rain or a few showers on Sunday. And this is a week from today, Monday of next week. The air's still relatively moist, but there's no big forcing for rain, so the chance of rain, while not zero at that moment, looks relatively low. What there a couple more days. This is the middle of next week, Wednesday the 14th. That looks like maybe the next big rain, at least potential for that, and that's all rain, not snow here. And the end of the forecast on January 20th. We still got troughing over the east and ridging to the west, and that still looks cool. Not bitterly cold, but maybe temperatures slightly below average. Now, this is something to watch. This is the Arctic Oscillation coming off the new parallel GFS, and it wants to bring the Arctic Oscillation strongly into negative territory at mid-month. And if that's the case, it could open the door for a big flush of cold Arctic air from the Siberian polar region. And the North Atlantic Oscillation tries to go negative. And if that's the case, it could drive that colder air into the eastern half of the United States. Remains to be seen, just something to watch, and we'll do that in coming days. That's it for the Weather Xtreme video today. We'll have notes in the blog. Next video here by 4 o'clock this afternoon. If you can't catch us this evening on the live stream of the television side, ABC 3340 News at 4, 5, 6, and 10. Thanks for watching. Have a great day, and God bless.